So one important thing that's very valuable to understand as a chemist is it's important to understand kind of properties of materials and properties of matter. One type of property that we discussed in this class was a physical property. So physical properties as a class are variables of matter that we can measure without changing the identity of the substance being observed. These include mass, density, color, viscosity, hardness, and temperature. So just to kind of put things into perspective, the mass is another way of looking at the amount of a substance. The density is the amount per unit volume. And so this is commonly seen as grams per milliliter. I always like to think about if you had, let's say, water versus, let's just take any metal for that matter, for our purposes, iron. And let's say that you had a cube that was 1 inch by 1 inch by 1 inch, and it was a water cube or an ice cube versus the exact same size iron cube. Which one of them, think about this, they have the exact same size. If you put the ice cube or cube of water in your left hand and you put the cube of iron in your right hand, which one is going to weigh more? Chances are it's going to be that iron cube because it has a greater amount of weight or a greater mass in the exact same size. So it's more dense. Color is fairly descriptive. What color is that object or what color is that substance? Viscosity is a way of thinking about basically how thick a solution is. So if you think about like vegetable oil versus water, well, water will pour from a container very easily, whereas vegetable oil, when you pour it, there's still going to be some that remains on the interior of that glass. And then yeah, there's just a series of physical properties. And these are all good things to know. Being able to recognize a physical property and compare and contrast that with a chemical property is very important.